Hey, Betty. I'm glad you're here. It was just a impromptu live. I'm not even expecting anyone to come and say hello, but I just thought I felt really bad. I'll tell you why in a second. Just a second. Just let me make sure I've got it's on a delay. Here we go. I've got to just mute the YouTube. YouTube muted. Um, cool. Yeah, I put up oh my god. Hang on. Why is that not working? Turn it off. I'm an idiot. Okay, let's try it again, Betty. um, Thanks, Betty. Yeah, I this morning I woke up to a bit of a fright. Jason had a notification come through that Jason had uploaded one of his old hospital on the hill videos, and I thought, because I'm supposed to. The agreement is before they go up, I pop up my little episode on the old hospital on the hill, which is sitting there waiting, as you could tell, because I actually meant to put it up this morning now. But Jason made a mistake. So Jason uploaded his episode of the old hospital on the hill instead of uploading his last Octagon Hall. So I deleted. I probably could have let it go up, but then doesn't matter. I've set it all for next week after Cassie does her last Octagon Hall episode. So we should be all right. Hey Dee, hey Cheryl, hey Stephanie. Oh, I didn't. Oh, at least I'm not talking to myself now. Hey. Well, I wasn't. Bless our Betty was here anyway. But yeah, so I felt bad because I thought, oh no, if anybody had seen the post saying, hey, new episode now, yeah, to be honest, I felt like a bit of a dickhead. So anyway, all fixed. Oh, that's okay, Stephanie. It's just a random pop up. I probably won't stay on for long. It was just to make sure that people knew. I so sorry for putting up the episode that was supposed to air this morning, and then I deleted it. But that's because it wasn't supposed to air this morning. I just got a fright because Jason put up his episode, and I thought, oh no, I've got to put up the history one first. So it's all good. Next week, history on the old hospital on College Hill. All sorted. Geez. Hey Cheryl, how are you going? Feeling all right? And yeah, Dee, and oh look, I think you were all in the chat the other day when I said I wanted to meet up with that doll. Letter me out. It's really weird. They called me and said, hey, anytime after 1 o'clock. So I tried to call them back to say what day and, get the details, and they haven't responded. So I don't know, maybe Letter is interfering with my messages. But yeah, so if I hear from the doll, I'll definitely go and see it. But there you go. Yeah, so I just decided to pop up. I've been thinking too about my trip to America. Income tax returns always a really good thing. I got a pleasant surprise, so I thought, well, there you go. That's the answer. Don't do anything sensible with my return, just live. So I've decided, to come back to America. So I'm going to. Actually, I bought a ticket to go to a Paracon in Moundsville, Kentucky, I think. Moundsville, Kentucky. And it was an old prison, those really big ones. And then I just brought the ticket and didn't really pay attention, just, oh yeah, another random old prison. But then I looked at it and I know the prison, it's they call it something else on the Paracon, but it's the Moundsville Penitentiary, that really old one. Ghost Adventures went there years ago. And they spoke to a guy who was an inmate, and then they spoke to another guy who was a guard there. So I knew the thing. And also there's a show I like to watch called Mind Hunters. They only made 2 seasons. I wish they'd make another season. But Mind Hunters, and I remember an episode where they go to a prison to talk to, I think, Charles Manson, but they used that prison, so they filmed there. So I'm very familiar with what the location is. So super excited. I've just got to figure out. So I brought the VIP ticket to go. I've just got to figure out the logistics. And then I thought, this is all just thinking. So you're listening to me think out loud. Okay, Cheryl, rest up, kid. Yeah, so I thought, because I did all that work on the Sally house, and I really, really, really want to go to the Sally house, I'll figure out if I can go, like, do that. So go to the Moundsville Penitentiary for the Paracon, and then book the Sally house. I've got to pay for 2 people minimum, so oh well. I'll book the Sally house, and go to Atchison and visit the Finneys and see what happens. That's my plan. And then from there, I would go to Virginia City, and hang out with my beautiful friends in Virginia City. And when I'm in Virginia City, I think some of you should be familiar with Stinky and his mule from Virginia City. Stinky passed away, but his mule is still around, Bernadine. Bernice, I always do that. Bernice was Stinky's wife, and I don't know why I do that. Anyway, Bernadine, the mule, she's still around. So I've teed up that I'll give her a beautiful bath and fix her hair and do all that sort of thing. And my friend and I are going to pop on some old-timey clothes and take her up the main street, have a coffee and stuff, and sit outside one of the restaurants. So I'm looking forward to that. Oh, hey, Mike. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to doing that in Virginia City. So I've got to plan it out, got to work out how to, I wanted to go straight to Moundsville, right? But you can't, because they don't have an airport there. The closest airport is Pittsburgh, and not knowing anything at all about that part of America. So I'm flying to Pittsburgh. That's my plan, fly to Pittsburgh, get off there, and it says you can get a bus to Moundsville. Now, I could get a hire car, but I don't want to drive an hour and a half on my own. So I'll just catch the bus. I'll catch the bus to Moundsville, stay overnight there, and then catch a bus back, I guess, to the airport, and fly from there to Atchison, because they've got an airport. I've checked. And then fly from Atchison to Virginia City later. So that's the plan. We'll see how we go. But yeah, I'm not quite sure how safe Pittsburgh is, so I won't look around Pittsburgh. I'll just get off at the airport, catch a bus, and then I'm pretty sure Moundsville, and that it will be safe enough. Yeah, and I'm only going to be there for one night, probably. Maybe get there. I'll probably get there the night before the Paracon thing starts, then do the Paracon thing on the Saturday, and then leave on the Sunday to go to Atchison. Who I'm busy, Betty? I'm not really busy. That's my brain. That's how my brain works. It'll just keep tick, 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 tick until I've got it all planned out. I'm very, I'm an organized person. I need to be organized. I need to know things. So this morning, for example, when I saw Jason pop up his episode, I thought, she didn't tell me. And then I got all rattled and stressed, and then I thought, shivers, I've got to put up my episode, because that's the history of the hospital. And then I'm not stressed now. Cassie sorted it out and fixed it and told me what was going on. So I'm not stressed. I'm de-stressing as we speak. Yes, I like to be organized. Hey, Aussie Walks. It's rain. Oh, well, it's not raining now, but it was coming down in buckets here in Queensland last night. Hey, Rican. Yeah, so has anyone got any news? Any goss? Poor old Cheryl's still not well. Mike's such a good boy. He looks after his mum and dad. They're not well. Oh, jet lag, Cheryl, when I go there, I'm fine. When I actually arrive, I'm fine. I'm boom, straight into the, like, no worries. I'm not tired. But when I come home, that's different. I do get it. I get confused. I forget where I am, what day it is. Like when I came home last time, I think I told everybody when I came home last time, because I'd been in America for just over 3 weeks, listening to just American accents, so no Australians within Cooey, right? Got off I got onto the plane to come to Australia, and I heard a few Australian accents because the staff and everything, but there was still a lot of Americans on the plane because they were coming for holidays. But when I got off and walked out into the airport and everyone started like it was Australian accents, geez, it threw me. It was really weird. I'm Australian, but it threw me. It was kind of like, oh, they're all talking funny. I was so used to American accents by that time, and it only took me 3 weeks. But yeah, I get the jet lag when I come home. But it takes about, or it took me last time about 4 or 5 days to get back to the rhythm of our time zone. Oh, Foxfire, are you in here? Where did I see you? Where's Foxfire? Did I miss you? Oh, there you are. Sorry, sweetheart. You're right up the top. Folding laundry. That's a good job. Do you know what I will not iron anymore. I hate ironing. I will if I have to, but any clothes I buy now, like this sort of thing, stretchy and drip dry and no crinkles. But the one thing that I do like to do sometimes to relax is if I've got a window to look out of and there is a beautiful view or something, I can iron. I can stand there and iron all day long because I forget what I'm doing. But other than that, oh, Heather, hey Heather, have you got your face on? Do you want to come and say hello? Let me know. Oh, well, you don't have to because I know you're a busy woman. Hang on, I'll just there she is. I think I've still got it. Yeah. Oh, is that it? Hang on. I might have sent you the wrong one. I think I sent you the wrong one. Don't look at that. That's a link, Heather. Copy messenger. Heather. There she is. That's one. Only if you're free, Chook. This was a random pop-up, so there you go. I don't know what I was saying. See what happens. Oh, thanks, Ozzy. Yeah, no worries. As I say, this was just like a quick thing. Yeah, Heather, it'll just be a quickie. It was just, I'll explain when Heather comes on again, although I think you've all heard me now. Jason and Cassie, well, Jason, I have no idea. Cassie has to work or something, so she said she had to go to bed early. I did ask her if she wanted to come along, but she couldn't. So you're stuck with me, Mike. Sorry. Me. Just me. So Mike, I'll be, just so you know, but I know it's hours away, but just so you know, I'll let you know when I am in Virginia City. And should you have opportunity to come there or anything, and I know you're going to come, I'll see what I can do about maybe, because when I'm in Virginia City, I've got a friend who will take me to the old schoolhouse. So I'm going to go there and look at that. I'll be going back to the Sutro Tunnel, but I want to go to Piper's Opera House. I want to see if I'm not quite sure who I'm supposed to talk to, but I would love to go in there and do a little couple of hours investigation, have a bit of a look-see. So I would want to do that pretty late though, when it's not too noisy in town. So I've got a few plans, but if you were around and you wanted to come to Piper's with me, you're more than welcome, and then we can get a pizza. Even though right now I don't eat pizza because I'm on this very strict diet, but when I'm there, hey Ellie, where are you? Oh, there she is. So yeah, so just saying, if you wanted to, Mike B, I would do that for you, so you can have a bit of break from mum and dad. They'll be all right. But anyway, but I'll let you know if that's something you would like to do. Yeah, and a pizza. I could. It's funny. This diet. I wouldn't call it a diet. The way I've because it's not a diet. The way I've changed how I eat and what I've cut out. I'm just not very hungry anymore. It's pretty good. I mean, I still eat, but I'm not hungry. So now that I've cut out all sugars, no cravings for sugar, it's all good. So I'm quite happy. Oh, Heather, I was in your live last night for a little while, but then I fell asleep. I was falling asleep, so I had to go. Heather's off to America very soon to go and see a few things. So that'll be pretty cool. Oh, you want the it's just cutting out sugar, Foxfire. That was the hardest thing, just no sugar, no processed foods, no carbs. All I did was no sugar, so nothing sweet, which was really hard because sometimes I have a cup of coffee and I just want a cookie with my coffee. No nothing, just nothing sweet. Just completely cut it out. No, so no sugars, no processed flour, so no bread, no nothing. No, just no, none of the white things like rice, etc. White rice, noodles, pasta, the lot, all the yummy stuff that fills you up. It's just gone now because it all converts to sugar and crap. And oh, look, I like. Oh, well, I liked. I don't crave it anymore. It took well, it's been 6 weeks, so it's kind of true. It's taken 6 weeks, and it was an uphill battle. Probably about a week ago, I was still craving bread. Every time I walked past the bakery and I could smell the bread, I was craving the bread. Um, and now all of a sudden, it's just stopped. I'm not interested. Not interested. My kids can sit there with the pizza. The girls have got chocolate in the fridge. I don't know. My brain's just gone, yeah, no, don't need that. And I feel a lot better. I really do. I feel a lot better for having no sugar. Oh, you are sweet, D. Oh, yeah. All right. Sorry, Heather. I'm saying cookie because if I say biscuit, they'll probably think I mean biscuits and gravy. You know what these Yanks are like. um, oh, well, Ellie, enjoy your holiday, Seattle, and set sail for Alaska. Ooh, that'll be nice. You might see some whales. That'd be pretty cool. Mm. Yeah, Foxfire. If you're diabetic, I was watching a scientist have a bit of a talk last night on insulin resistance, which is what I had, by the way. I got checked out by the doctor. They did blood tests and stuff, and they said, "Oh, you're insulin resistant," because I wasn't losing weight. I was counting calories. I was, 1,200 calories a day. I was exercising, and I wasn't um, losing weight. And I thought, what? So the doctor ran some blood tests, and she come back to me and she said, you're insulin resistant, which of course means if you're insulin resistant, you're 100% probably got a fatty liver, which I probably have. Anyway, doctor told me what to do. I researched it a little bit further and just boom, straight out, bang, no more sugar. And the cravings were pretty intense. And I don't eat that much sugar, but it's the not actual sugar, like not cakes and things, but I love pasta and I love bread and I love all that sort of stuff. So that's the big thing for me. So yeah, just cut it all out. So now it's meat, vegetables, fruit, milk, dairy, cheese, all that sort of thing. That's all good, but no sugar. So anything that's in a packet, packaged food, just all fresh stuff. So, you know, that's me. And it's worked. Actually, you know what, Foxfire? You know what'll help the I hate to preach. I had, here we go, all my ailments. I had a arthritis. Oh, you can still sort of see in this finger, that finger, my knee. And since I've been changed what I eat and got rid of all of those, because sugar is a inflammatory, you'll get a inflammatory response in your body to sugars. Since I've cut out sugars, I haven't had one ache, not one. Like the damage is sort of still there from the arthritis, but pain's nothing, no pain. Yeah, it is a bit, isn't it, Regan? Yeah, Cheryl, you're lucky, and you're a type 1, so completely different sort of thing. But type 2, it can be reversed. And that's how. No more sugar. Like sugar, but only in natural sugar, like, in fruit, that sort of thing. But anyway, well, it's hard, Foxfire. It's hard. Like I did it. I've been talking to Crow, so bless him. Crow's when I Crow, I want cake, and he's like, no, But so yeah, I think though for me, once I got told I was insulin resistant, that was like a kick in the head because I know exactly what that is and I know what damage it can do and how many people are probably insulin resistant and don't even know it. Um, but that was it. That was like, yep, no, that's it. Stuff that. I'm not getting bad arthritis. I'm not gonna frigging develop type 2 diabetes. They can all get stuffed. I'm doing it. So I did it and I've done it and I'm doing it. So slowly it's coming off about a kilo a week, which I think is about 2 pounds American. I know, Cheryl, it's good. I'm happy. So hopefully by the time I get back to America, I might not crave pizza anymore, Mike. Oh, I think I'd still like a piece of pizza, but it would be. I wonder what will happen actually, because pizza, the topping's fine. It's just the bread bit. But I wonder what will happen, like if I'll get crook or anything from eating pizza. Surely not. I'll just get one little piece. Actually, you know what I love in Red Dog? Their wings, their chicken wings. So I could still keep to my diet, just not have pizza, have chicken wings instead. uh, Crow, yeah, he's a naughty boy. He's a naughty boy. He said the other day, what did he say, Cheryl? I think he went to McDonald's and had a burger and then paid for it later because he felt crook. But look, that's the thing, see, and I'm pretty sure all of us in this chat, unless we're a skinny little thing anyway, which some people are lucky and they're skinny. I was when I was young, but usually it's just really, really hard. It's really hard to something has to happen. There has to just be, like with me, it was being told you're insulin resistant. And it's like shit. And being a nurse, I know what that can lead to. And I know all the issues around. Like I knew my arthritic pain, for example, was due to an inflammatory response. And I knew it was probably too much sugar, but I thought, yeah, whatever. Like I like a biscuit or a happy Heather. I like a biscuit. And I like those things. But then as you're getting older and you think, shit, I either want to age well and healthy or continue to put on weight, be unhealthy, and probably drop dead at 70. I don't want to do that. So um, for me, it was like a wake up call. And I think that's what happens with a lot of people. We want to diet, we want to do things, something just has to snap and you just have to go, that's it. So the motivation has to be within, not from other people saying you can do it. That helps, but it's you have to motivate yourself. And if you can't do that, you're going to fail every time, I reckon. Yes, that dreaded Coca-Cola. Oh, Crow's just always. Look, I send people messages all the time and they don't answer me. I wonder why. Oh, Crow's usually pretty good, but sometimes he's asleep. Bless him, bless his cotton socks. The other day he was talking away to me. We're having a conversation, and next minute I hear, and I went, "Oh my God, am I that boring?" But I just laughed because poor pet. It was about 4 a.m. in the morning for him, so I just hung up. What's Dee say? Oh, I should just put up the things. I've got to remember to do that. Yeah, your joints ache with excess weight. My knees used to ache bad. Yeah, the excess weight is definitely a thing. Like, I don't know. I don't know why I didn't necessarily get that, but definitely the arthritic pain in a knee. That's because when I was younger, I did karate, and yeah, I used to compete in karate and all that sort of thing, and I was pretty fit back then. But karate's a shocker of a thing for your joints. Like, frankly, I think I would never recommend. And I did. I got up to what was I? I wasn't a brown belt. I was the one under, so black, brown, the one under that. I got up to that belt and stuff, and I just started to get injuries. And ever since my knee, because when you kick, you're supposed to learn to pull your kicks, which I know how to do. And when you do things, but if you do, like, the exercises for karate, it's oftentimes not kicking anything, you're just doing the movements. Sometimes you can overextend, and when you do that, you start to ruin your joints. So I stopped with that. And I used to teach aerobics. Remember, I don't know how old everybody in here is. Hey, Parasolo, I don't know how old everyone in here is, but aerobics, like Jamie Lee Curtis style in that movie, the headbands, the lycra, etc. I was a aerobic instructor, fit as a fiddle. I'd teach aerobics 3 days a week and go to the gym for the rest, so alternate my days. But aerobics, because back in the day it was high impact, absolutely stuffed my knees. So exercise can be good and it can be bad. So just have to be careful how you do it. How did you dislocate your knee, Dee? That's a shocker. Oh dear. So yeah, guys, for those of you who are joining late, I don't know if any of you saw me post that I was going to pop up an episode today. But I did. I popped up my old Hospital on the Hill episode to air today because it's the history of it. Because Jason, he didn't tell me, Jason posted up his episode of Old College Hill to air tomorrow. And I went, he didn't tell me. So I thought, shit. So I hurried up and I put it up to air today so that it runs before his episode. But as it turns out, Cassie found out for me that he'd made a mistake and uploaded the wrong one. So he's actually uploading his Octagon Hall episode. So to keep everybody happy, I took down the episode for Old Hospital on College Hill, but that'll air next week. So it's sitting there ready for you all to watch, but we'll go with how we've done things and then everyone will be happy. So I just felt bad for anyone who might have seen that and gone, oh, cool. And then thought, where'd that go? Sorry. But next, Saturday morning for me, so Friday night for America. So Saturday morning for me, it'll air. I can't remember what time. It's up now, like as a premiere, so you can check. Walking's just good. You know what? And walking is probably, if you walk, it's probably the best exercise ever. It really is. It's just getting motivated and having somewhere nice to walk. That's the thing. Like I could go for a walk outside here at my home and walk around the streets, but it's pretty boring. Like you're just walking past houses. I went to stay with my son in Canberra and he lives near Parliament House and there's a huge lake. I can't remember what it's called now. I'm a terrible person. But anyway, it's a big, huge lake in Canberra. It's I think it's 8-kilometre walk around the lake. I was doing 6 kilometres there and it was beautiful. You don't even think because you're walking through gardens and you see bunny rabbits and you see fruit bats and you see ducks and it's so nice that you can keep walking. But yeah, when you're just walking up and down the street or whatever, how boring. So yeah. So Dee was swimming on her horse in the river, came off, hit a slab. Oh wow, youch! That feels painful just saying it. Hit a slab of bluestone. Had to ride home to kilometres with it. Oh, youch! Well, at least your horse didn't run off or anything. Can you imagine? Yeah, I've never done anything. I've gone over on my ankle and nearly broken it. You know that stupid thing, I think everybody's done it, where you accidentally put your foot on uneven surface and then you go over and it goes, and I couldn't walk on that it wasn't broken or anything, but I'd torn the ligament. That was painful enough. I can't imagine how painful that would have been, Dee. Aw, go buy a new dog, Rican. Yeah, walking, I think because walking's so gentle anyway, like you don't, when you're walking, there's no strain on anything. Whereas if you jog, like jogging puts strain on the joints, but walking's an easy one. It's just, yeah, it's being motivated to do the walking. I've got a dog, so, uh, but I haven't taken her for a walk for a while, which is sad because the last time I took her for a walk, someone took their dogs for a walk, walked past me, and their dogs broke off the lead. The girl couldn't control them, and they attacked Muffin, my Rottweiler. So now when I take her, like, it's okay. I had to take her to the vet, freaking $600 later. But yeah, it was okay. But now when I take Muffin for a walk around here, she's very tense. Um, thank God she's still okay with other dogs, but not when we're on a walk. If she sees another dog while we're on a walk, which is natural, she arcs up and she's ready to go. So she's not friendly. So I've got to figure out something else to do. Uh, uh, Yeah, well, just a big heads up, if you do happen to look for another dog, don't get a terrier. No terriers whatsoever. I've had plenty. Some are good, but I've got a Chihuahua. You've sometimes seen him. Oh, he doesn't shut up, but it's just because they're terrier dogs. Like they're all, so they do what they do. But depends how big a dog you can have. My Rottweiler, gee, she's as smart as a whip, but she drops hair everywhere. She's super messy. Okay, you go lurking. Go fold some more washing. Maybe mop the floors. I've got to do that. I've got to mop some floors here. Oh, geez. I'm just having a look and checking I haven't missed anybody. I don't think I have. No, all good. So anyone else got any news or anything like that? Firefox has been folding laundry. Oh, pit bulls are awesome. And I love, I had one. Oh my God, I've just gone blank. Yep, a Staffordshire Terrier. Says me don't get terrier, but they don't. They don't. Yep. Yeah, I had a Staffy. Pugs are good, Mike. I think they're really cute, but the problem is with pugs, they get that. You got to be super lucky. You end up usually having to pay out money for operations because the poor little things are so interbred that they get that breathing thing. But yeah, staffies, I love a staffy. They're just the right size, not too big, not too small. They still drop hair, but not as much as a Rottweiler. Yeah, I think staffies are just beautiful, Cheryl. But that's actually probably the dog I'd recommend for anyone getting another dog because they're super smart. They're not big, not too small. They're cute. I like the what are they called? They're silver and blues. They call them blue, but they're silver looking. Oh, a Patterdale Terrier. Let me see what that looks like. Hang on, I'll Google a Patterdale Terrier. Patterdale Terrier. Oh, they're cute. Now, where are we? Oh, if I put that there. Present share screen. Whoop, did it share? That's a Patterdale Terrier. They're kind of cute. What do they like dogs? Oh, look. Oh, German Shepherds are gorgeous too. Only problem whenever we had growing up, whenever we had a German Shepherd, particularly female, I don't know about male, but we only ever had females. They tend to get cancer of their lady bits, and we had to have two. One dog was gorgeous, Bessie. She had to be put to sleep because she got the cancer, and apparently it's a common thing with female. Well, it was back then. I think it still is. But there you go. Yeah, so that's the sad thing about some dogs, the things that can go wrong. Oh, most dogs can get things wrong with them, but I guess stay away from the ones that will get them. But yeah, it doesn't say how big they are actually. It only looks little. Is it only about the size of a staffy? G. But there you go. All right, so I'm not quite sure what to do this week. What day are we, guys? It's Wednesday here, so Tuesday in America. I've got some different stuff from Virginia City, and I was going to make an episode on the Sutro Tunnel, but I'm going to talk to Taylor, who works for the Sutro Tunnel, and I might just do a live stream, and I'll let everybody know, of course. I'll set it up with her for about, whenever it suits her, a few days or maybe next week. Because I thought what I might do is I've got all my footage, so I'll put the footage together that I took, and I'll make a wee little episode and give you the brief history on the Sutro Tunnel. But I would love to get Taylor on, because they say the Sutro Tunnel is haunted. Everything's haunted. It may well be, who knows? And they say a few of the different properties on the Sutro Tunnel property, like it's pretty big, are haunted, as they do. I do have some footage that I took there, so I might pop together a little Sutro episode for you guys, and then I'll get Taylor on to discuss all these claims of ghosties and whatnot. Interestingly enough, in researching Sutro, Sutro was a township. So there's a Sutro Tunnel, and then there's Sutro Township. And they did have a cemetery, but no one actually knows where it is. They don't know if it was in the Sutro Township or whether or not they travelled out of Sutro to bury their dead. Apparently, they're still trying to locate it, which is really odd. But certainly nobody is buried on that land around the Sutro Tunnel or anywhere like that. The only thing that is buried there is one of the fellows who used to look after the place in the 60s. He had a dog and it passed away, so he buried his dog on the property. So there's a dog buried there. And there's a house that was transferred there to the property from in town. They were going to do something, so they transferred that house into like they brought it. They brought the house and put it on the Sutro property. There's a few houses that have been bought in that are supposedly haunted. So I'm researching those at the moment. But we'll see. Oh, fireworks. Yes, of course. Sorry, I forgot 4th of July, isn't it? It's the 5th here, 4th of July. Fire over. Thankfully, here in Australia, it doesn't stop people from using them illegally, but they're illegal. You're not allowed to use firecrackers anywhere in Australia unless you've got a license to do so. And generally, the people with the license to do so are the ones, they've got a name. Can't think what you call them. Fireworks people that let fireworks off professionally, they're allowed to have them, but you often get people around here who just get the firecrackers illegally and let them off. And when they do that, it sends the animals into a state, that's for sure. Like dogs in particular get very upset and will run away. Poor putty cat. I haven't run into a demon yet. I keep joking that, well, if I did run into a demon, I could at least corner it and say, talk to me, tell me stuff. But hey, Princess Scary. Well, I suppose, Betty, where you are they still legal? You can use firecrackers whenever you want. See, in Australia, illegal. If the police catch you, you get into big trouble, because they're dangerous. I know when I was a little girl, they were not illegal. And I knew of 2 little boys that I went to school with. We used to have little ones that you would put in your hand. They were called penny farthings. They were just tiny little firecrackers. But the amount of people who blew off their fingers or thumbs, and usually kids, because they'd hold these little penny farthings, so eventually, due to the dangers of fireworks, the government just said, no more. Plus, set off fires and stuff as well, because if you're into the air, people don't pay attention to where they're going to land and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I love firecrackers. They are fun, but you've got to be careful. But not everyone's careful, so that's why they're illegal here. Geez, you are lucky, Rican, if your dogs are okay with the fireworks. That's good. Yeah, I've taught my dog, the Rottweiler, not to worry about, like, when thunderstorms and stuff happen because we have a few here. When she was just a little puppy, when the thunder would go off, I'd go, oh, what's that? What's that noise? And razz her up. So she'd listen, but then because I was making a happy fuss, so now she doesn't care. You can have a big thunderstorm or whatever, and thankfully she's okay. Blew off 60 parachutes. Oh, I'm just gonna stop that. Let's see. What? Where am I? Ah, I wish I could, Cheryl. I haven't brought any spirits home. I wouldn't mind if a spirit came home with me. That'd be all right. Be company when I'm bored. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. When you think about it, if you had a ghost in your house, like reals, right? Really did. You really did have a ghost in your house. That'd be pretty cool. Because if there were times where you were bored or alone, well, you wouldn't be, would you? And then if it would talk to you and tell you things, so long as it didn't break any of your stuff, I mean, that's different then. That's not a spirit, is it? That's what do they call them? A poltergeist. I don't know. Yes, the shape's visiting. There he is. And so it's Crow. See, there's Crow. Uh, yeah, no. I I was talking about that the other day actually because I think I was talking to Heather about it. We were talking about how people say they've got haunted dolls and stuff, and I thought it's not like the spirit's inside the doll and can move it. I guess it would be like anything, an attachment to a particular piece of whatever. So someone's been alive. There's something in their lifetime that they've liked really a lot, and for whatever reason, after they pass, they attach. Why I don't know, but they attach themselves to that thing. But I reckon if you that was my question to Heather. If someone went like that doll, right? Let her me out of here, or whatever it's called, or Robert the doll. If you went to meet them and you talk to them, what's to say the spirit that's attached to them, if they liked the human talking to them, wouldn't turn around and go, you know what? I've had enough of being stuck to this stupid doll all day. I'm going to go home with you. And then you walk out, and boom, all of a sudden you've got an attachment. Um, Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure what I think about attachments. Could happen, I suppose. Ugh. Yes, Rican. Some of those, yeah, you can lose a hand or worse. Ugh. Um, yeah, that's what I think, Cheryl. I think it'd be okay. Having a ghost in my home wouldn't exactly. Yeah, I don't think I'd be bothered. I think I'd be honoured if a ghost thought my house was interesting enough to haunt. And like I say, they'd have to pull their weight. Like if, when I am feeling a bit lonely or I want to watch a movie and don't want to watch it on my own, I would certainly expect the spirit haunting my home to keep me some company, put the kettle on for me, learn how to make a cup of tea. Oh, hi, Antoine. Yes, I hope everybody is enjoying their 4th of July. Betty was just saying people are letting off fireworks everywhere and scaring her dogs. So that's a bit mean. But I suppose that's 4th of July, isn't it? Actually, what time is it there, guys, over in the United States of America? Let me have a look and see if my clock works. It says, 6 p.m. Oh, it's only 6 p.m. in Nevada. So unless it's dark. So that means firecrackers and stuff will be going off pretty soon, doesn't it? Because they would do them at night time so you could see them, I guess. Ooh, it'll probably get rowdy soon. I saw I saw somebody on my Facebook page put up a picture of Queen Elizabeth saying, what was it? Not happy 4th of July, happy, it's some other word to indicate, you've escaped our clutches, so to speak. And I thought, oh, poor Lizzie, Elizabeth, she's dead. If you're going to do that, put up a picture of King George. He's the one that got booted out. Oh, geez. Just having a look there. Oh, okay, Mike. Yeah. So, all right. So Rican's probably, are all the fire, like fireworks galore, wouldn't it be in America at this time of night? Everybody lock up your dogs and your pussycats by the sounds of things. Yes, it's morning here. It's 11 o'clock in the morning here. I won't keep you guys for too much longer because being Independence Day. Oh, the first thing that popped into my mind with all these UFO sightings and stuff, Independence Day. Keep an eye out for a big spaceship hovering above your house. All week. That's a bit rough. You should just do it on the one day. But in America, you have like 4th of July weekend. That's what you have there, isn't it? So I get it. I would have liked to be there for 4th of July, but I can guarantee you my little holiday to America in September. September, I'll come home early October. Hey, well, yeah. Oh, you're same as me, aren't you? 11 o'clock. Tassie's the same time zone as me, I think. Yeah. So it'll be my last trip, but that's why I want to try and get to the Sally house when I'm there. That's important. It's just really important to me. I feel drawn to going there because I've done all that research now and I know who lived there and I know there's no freaking demon in the house. I'll be lucky if any of the Finnies say hello to me if I go there. Hey, tales told in the dark. I like that. Tales told in the dark. They're the best kind of tales. Okay, Betty. All right. So the times aren't too bad. This hasn't been a bad time. Not too late in America and not too early in Australia. I've just got to. I so want to try and keep everybody happy with like this was a random live. I didn't expect to come online today, so this was just a random g'day. But I'm trying. When people come to say hey and everything, I want to try and make it kind of in the middle, but it's just so hard. It's just so hard. Like I know people in the UK right now would be asleep. I caught Beardo's live this morning because I woke up. I can't remember even. Oh, my cockatoo who had a stroke fell off his perch. That's what woke me up. So I had to get up and sort him out. And it was 3:30 in the morning. So I was awake and I thought, oh, I'll just have a look. And I saw Beardo was going live and I thought, I never catch his live because that's the time he's normally on live around 3:30, 4 a.m. my time. But I caught him. So there you go. Yeah, my poor little boy. People keep saying, oh, you should put him to sleep. I can't put him to sleep. He still eats. He still drinks his water. He still talks to me. He still gives me kisses and cuddles. He just can't walk, Oh. So, yeah, I can't kill my friend. I saved his life. He got hit by a car, and I think I've told people that are here all the time would know. Poor little Popeye. He got hit by a car. He was on the side of the road. It was a stinking hot day, like 40 something Celsius here, which I don't know, 100 something in America. I mean, scorching, like heat coming off the concrete, etc. And I drove past, and oh, good luck, Rican. And I drove past him, and he was just in the ditch, and I turned around, went back, picked him up, and his little eye was hanging out, and his beak was all bloody, and I thought, oh, you poor little thing. He was a right mess, and I thought, well, you're not going to die here in the gutter in this sort of heat, because that's what would have killed him first before his injuries. I took him home to die. I put him in a little cage. I cleaned him up a little bit. I gave him a dropper of water and I sat him there and I thought, you poor little thing, just let him sit there in the dark. Well, he didn't die. So I hand fed him because he couldn't use his beak because it's all good now, but it was all swollen and stuff from where he'd been clipped. Once the swelling around his eye went down, I got his eye back in properly and cleaned all that. And we've been good mates ever since. And then about 6 months ago, roughly, he was because he's got a big aviary outside. Like I don't keep him in a little cage. None of my birds are in little cages. They can be. If it's cold weather, I'll put them in a little cage to keep them warm. But yeah, I went out one day and he was on the ground and all wet, like soaking wet. And I thought, what's going on? And got him to the vet, and they couldn't find anything wrong with him. It was me who figured out what had happened. He had a stroke because he can't use, when I pick him up, he can use his right side. He can't use his left very well. And if he puts his head back, he gets all dizzy. So he's okay, except for last night. Something must have frightened him and he's fallen off his little perch. And all I heard was that, so I saved him. Oh, what's going on with your phone, Cheryl? You might need a new one. That happened the other day too, didn't it? But go, have fun, have a good day, and I'm going to go soon anyway. Time to do some housework, pull my finger out, do a bit of dusting. Oh, you're in Korea, Antoine. Do you like Antoine or Anthony? To me, it could be either. But yeah, it's a nice name. All right, so Cheryl's off, everybody, because her phone's playing up, and yeah, I talk. See, when I'm talking to myself, I say all silly random things, but I'm not really talking to myself. I'm talking to you, but then I'll get off topic, which I've done. But yeah, so anyway, look, for this week, I will try to do the Sutro tunnel. I'll start putting that together this afternoon after I do my housework. And I'll hopefully, that's what I might do. I'll try and do the Sutro tunnel little episode, the stuff I've got, like a history on that I know of and what I've researched. And then I'll see if Taylor can come on with me late this week or early next week and talk about the Sutro tunnel, because a lot of big named paranormal groups have been there recently, and let's just say the owners of the Sutro tunnel are none too pleased with the behavior of said big paranormal groups while they were there. And they're concerned that people are going to start saying demons are in the tunnel and all that sort of crap. I can guarantee you, I mean, I'm not saying, I just must be particularly unlucky that every haunted location that I go to that's supposed to have a bad demon or whatever, they just don't annoy me. I don't know. I was at the Sutro tunnel. I was in the buildings that were supposed to be haunted and stuff. I felt nothing. Again, I just felt like the history was alive. But it doesn't mean there's nothing there, because it was a group of people, and I hate investigating anything. Well, I wasn't investigating. That's the point. Everybody else was. But, it's just, I didn't see, I can't imagine why there would be anything bad at the Sutro tunnel at all, not knowing the history I know of it now. If anything, if anyone died, and that's what I'm still researching, if anyone died, and they probably would have, there may have been deaths in the building of the tunnel. But having said that, we'll see what I can find out. I'm still in the midst of researching it. And talking to Taylor. But Taylor knows heaps. She works for them. So that would be a really good live to catch when I do it. If you guys, I'll make sure I do it properly though, not a random pop-up. So you're not prepared. So you can sit down and ask her questions too. She knows heaps. Thanks, Foxfire. Oh, Rican, I'd like a massage. They're good value, aren't they? I like what you say. Demons fear you because you turn their butts to light beams. Well, you see, I don't know. I don't know. I kind of think in my head, now this is me, this is crazy Kaz. For me, if demons are real, if ghosts are real, if whatever's real, I believe in fairies. But if, let's just say, just for argument's sake, demons are real, I want to meet one, because I want to ask, firstly, where they live, like how are they where they are. Second, what is it about humans you hate so much? Well, they don't have to tell me, because there's a lot of humans I don't like. But why do they pick on sometimes humans that are probably good people? Why can't they pick on the bad ones and make the bad ones do something to themselves? Um, I'd say, why can't you just go and get rid of bad people? Why do you have to pick on good people? And then I'd say, why pick on anyone at all? And then I'd really want to know where they're from, like how does that work? Is it another realm? Another, what is it? Like, I want to ask it so many questions. And then I'd just say, well, if you're mad at things, like, can I talk to you about it? Like, how can we fix this? And yeah, maybe they'll become angels. Yeah, I watch too much Supernatural, I think. The show, Supernatural. They're talking about that coming back. I hope so. I love that show. I love those boys. Yeah, I'm going now anyway, sweetheart. So you have a good day over there in Korea. That's pretty awesome that you're in Korea. That's awesome. I'd like to go there one day, I think. Yeah, I suppose the bad people aren't a challenger. Well, I'd have to be careful. Maybe a demon might try and possess me. Oh, I hope not. I'd just like to have a cup of coffee with one and sort of talk it out. But if there's really demons, say there was, for argument's sakes, that they were real, which I'm not convinced of, but there could be, then there has to be angels or good, like opposite to a demon. Because isn't a demon supposed to be, I don't know, I get confused. I don't know. Yeah, that's how I feel, Mike, right now. I'm trying to remember. Yes, where's my, where am I? Right there, I've got an autographed picture of Sam and Dean. Yes, Jensen Ackles. Ackles. I don't know how Americans say. Jensen Ackles. Yep. He's got a very lucky wife. Then again, he's a lucky man. His wife's very pretty. Yeah, he's good value. I think those particular two boys are in real life actually quite nice. Chuck created both for balance. You watch Supernatural too. Good old Chuck. Yeah. For anyone who hasn't ever seen the show Supernatural, God is a theme throughout the whole thing, and God's name is Chuck, and Chuck's an asshole in the end, isn't he, Regan? It's interesting. I love that show because of how they did the God thing. Like, where's God? Oh, he's buggered off. He's not interested in his humans anymore. He's off somewhere else. That's why they could never talk to God until they realised who he was. I wouldn't mind doing a rewatch of some Supernatural. One of my favourite episodes of Supernatural was where Dean Winchester takes a potion so he can communicate with animals. Do you know that one, Regan? Oh my God, I laughed. Yeah, it is one of those shows, and you can watch it out of context too, because oftentimes some of the shows are just standalone. And the one, Regan, with the baby, when they were looking after the shapeshifter baby and had to go to the supermarket to buy the diapers. Oh my God. Yes, actually, you know what? I'm in the mood for a bit of Supernatural. I might, after I do my housework, and I have to multitask, so I'll be working on my Sutro and probably off to the side I might pop on some Supernatural. Gosh. Mm, mm, mm. There we go. Well, has anyone else got anything they want to add or anything? And thank you for popping in. I'm glad we had a chance to catch up and have a bit of a giggle. As I say, it's my apologies. It was in place of the episode I was going to load. So, oh, hey, Rika, before I go, John Winchester, when people who used to watch Grey's Anatomy, in Grey's Anatomy, there was an episode where, I can never think of her name, the blonde doctor, she ended up leaving to make movies, the actress. But Danny was the character's name, and Danny something was the character's name that he played in Grey's Anatomy. And he was going to marry the blonde doctor or something, and she go, but he's really sick. and I think she convinces him to have an operation. I believe that's the storyline. She goes in, he's had the operation, she's laying next to him, he's not well, and he dies. Danny Duquette, that was the character's name, Danny Duquette, and he dies. Oh my God, it was the most. Cried and cried watching that episode of Grey's Anatomy, and that was him, John Winchester, the same actor, and of course now he's in. Or do they still make that, The Walking Dead? I never watched him in The Walking Dead, but yeah, Danny Duquette, and then he became John Winchester. Awesome. Anyway, that's me remembering silly shows. And I just wanted to again say thank you. And I'll promise, I'll work very hard. I'm going to work very hard after I do my housework. I'm going to pop a Sutro Tunnel episode together for you, because I do plan to have Taylor on to talk about it. And I'll try and get that for Saturday morning my time, Friday night America time. So if anyone's around on Friday night and you want to watch something, it won't be a really long episode, because I just kind of feel that if episodes are too long, you got better things to do. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to sit unless you're in bed and snuggled. That's where I find it easy to watch something for a longer time. But I'll plan to do that for you for Saturday, and then I'll talk to Taylor this week and see when she might be able to come on to a live with me to talk about the Sutro Tunnel. And she also she also works for the 4th Ward School in Virginia City. So I might ask her to talk a little bit about that too, because as I say, when I go back to Virginia City, Taylor said she'll take me through and see some of the parts, and I'm pretty sure she'd let me in there of an evening just to see. I can't see how a school's haunted myself. I really can't understand why a school would be haunted, and indeed, I've already researched the school. I could find nothing to substantiate that the school would be haunted, but who knows? Could be an attachment type thing where someone enjoyed going to that school when they were young. But yeah, sometimes building and attachments make no sense to me. But we'll see. But it could be to do with see, I'm going on again. It could be to do with the hotel that was there and burnt down, and then they built over top of where that hotel was. So anyway. Yes, anyway, I'm going. Tell me to shut up. Love you, Foxfire, Rican. Cheryl's already gone. Mike, we'll talk. And yeah, and just thanks for coming. And Betty, if you're still here too, you're all gorgeous. Thanks for coming in and putting up with me. And that's all, folks. I will talk to you in chat maybe on Saturday morning my time, and see how I go with the Sutro Tunnel. I've got to do it now, don't I? All right, love you all. Thank you so much. Bye. See you next time.